to realize, and the lesson I keep learning and relearning, is that in real life, things are very different from the things that are happening online.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Okay.
In real life, we're seeing the sales, we're seeing the numbers, we're seeing different things. Now, there are many things that happen on tour that people don't exactly see. Coincidentally, we had to cancel some shows. Previous tours, we do that as well. Previous tours, we canceled like 2-3 shows. On this tour, we also canceled like 2-3 shows. In the previous tours, because nothing happened, nobody made a big deal out of it.
What it do, guys? Welcome to another episode of the StormCast. Thank you for joining me. Today on the StormCast, I have invited someone who is truly global, both global and local. DJ Lambo in the building. How you doing, girl? How's it going?
I'm good.
You look really fly, by the way, Lambo.
Thank you. Listen, I try.
You really do know, like you smell fresh, like you showed up, and I was like, all these freshness was coming to the space. It's
Thank
so
you,
nice.
thank you. I appreciate it.
It's giving presidential vibes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
My head is swelling now.
It should swallow. No, so general gisting. So on the StormCast, to be honest with you, like this new season or dispensation of the StormCast, I've been inviting people that I admire, people that I find interesting, people who I think are navigating different aspects of life in a truly like interesting way, and I think maybe a forward thinking or practical way. Yeah.
So why am I here?
You're here because like you're doing Lambo, we're gonna talk about Japa. That's why you are here. Okay. For those of you who don't know, DJ Lambo has been a key player in the Nigerian entertainment scene for very, very many years. From being one of you're president at Chalk City. Yeah, exactly. The first female president, actually, as well at Chocolate City. You're an artist, you're a DJ. I mean, you've watched a lot of artists blow up. You've seen people at the beginning, middle, and ends in certain ways of their careers. Yeah. You are currently a DJ who's working globally. You're on tour with Burner all the time. You come back to Nigeria, you DJ local scenes, you have your own sound sessions, you have the Idunu sound sessions at the moment. And you've also navigated living outside of Nigeria in a time when the world was changing, like during COVID. And I'm so curious about it on so many levels. So I think let's go back a little bit first. Before it was cool to be a female DJ. Before the female DJ wave hit Nigeria, you've been navigating male-dominated spaces, like a lot of successful women, to be honest. What do you think has been the difference from when you started DJing to what you're seeing now and the rise of female DJs currently?
I think one of the major things is, and it's something you can look at in two ways, but I would say acceptance. Now people are more accepting of it. When I first started, it was like, people didn't really like believe that women could do it. You know what I mean? It was hard to get opportunities. You know what I mean? Even if I get an opportunity, it's almost like, they're doing you a favor. They're like, okay, let's hire the guy, but let's just add the woman to just, add a little bit of pizzazz to the events. Exactly. So, but now, firstly, there are a lot more DJs than there were back then. And then there are a lot more female DJs than there were back then. So now, like, it's almost like we're on the same level, like playing field, women and men. So I can't even say it's a male-dominated industry anymore because there's so many women now, so many.
Yeah, there are, to be fair. Like, I remember seeing the rise. What did that feel like for you watching different women decide to be DJs? And the reason I ask this is because I know that as Nigerians, we're naturally judgmental. Maybe I should speak for myself, but I feel like we are naturally judgmental. And I know that a number of popular female DJs, big shout out to DSF. I remember when DSF
big
said
shout out to DSF.
that she was going to enter this DJing space. And there was small backlash on the online.
Sure.
People felt, maybe it's just me, but I got the sense that people were like, Really?
100%. 100%. But it's very important to. I'll just interject. I know you haven't landed yet, but it's very important to just kind of like close your ears to such comments.
Yeah.
And just keep doing your thing and just keep pushing. And I'm actually glad you mentioned DSF. It's so funny that I always talk about her on podcasts and stuff.
Because
you're right. Like, people see her and just kind of yimu and they're like, can she even DJ? But she can, and she kills it. She's been putting in the work over time, you know?
That is the thing.
So,
she has put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
You have put in the work. I think there's also the feeling sometimes for people, and that's why that was, I think, the question I was getting to is, do you feel sometimes when you see people deciding to go down this career path, that is it really a career for them, or is it like, oh, it's kind of a cool thing to do right now, let me just jump on it? And how does that make you feel?
So I mean, like I said earlier, there are two ways to look at it. The people who are serious are serious. And I like to see such people. And I like to encourage such people. You know, I feel like, this is going to sound a little bit cocky, but I feel like I crawled or walked so that all these people could run. And because I've done it, I know like it's possible. Do you get what I mean? So seeing it happen is like, I don't know what expression to use, but it's such a good feeling. It's such a good thing to see. You know what I mean? And obviously, like, I encourage it 100%.
No, that's super cool. No, I like that. And so, okay, so you're navigating this DJ space. Again, starting off DJing at a time when people from responsible homes, you want to be DJ, I don't understand. There's navigating that on one end, and you start making this headway. I've been out with you in streets where people from far, like, you're also a distinct person, so they start shouting your name from the road. Being part of one of the most successful record labels at the time as well. Why did you decide to essentially leave Nigeria? Because that's what I mean, I'm talking about it now. I don't even know if I can officially say this. Because I didn't ask you. I'm just
no. It's fine. It's fine. I think everybody knows, but it's fine. So there are a lot of different things, different factors. Number one, which is most important, is that I felt like I had gotten to kind of like a point where I was almost like hitting the ceiling. And I also wanted more for myself in terms of like world domination and global recognition, you know what I mean? So I just felt like it was time to kind of like explore bigger opportunities. And I mean, the possibilities are endless, you know. Why be a big fish in a small pond? You know what I mean? I wanted to see more of the world. I wanted to like go out there and just kind of like, and then on another hand, that's like on a career path. And on another hand, personally, I just felt like I'm getting too old for some of the stress that Lagos is, man. Like, even every time I come back, I'm just like, oh God. And you know what?
This is real.
I've got to thinking, one of my friends, Case, he said, IJGB. I was like, oh, don't call me that. I'm not an IJGB. Like, don't call me that. But I'm just like thinking about it. Since I came, I've had like stomach issues. I've had like, it's hard for me to adjust. One of my friends was yelling at someone in traffic the other day, and I'm like, calm down. He's like, man, Lambo, you really changed. Like, you're just so calm and so zen. I wish I could be like you.
No, but see, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I feel that there is a level. And I want people to be candid as well. So guys, feel free if you want to jump in the comments and talk about it. Because again, I keep saying I use this thing partially as therapy. But you've touched on something that I think a lot of young Nigerians feel. And a lot of Nigerians, period, actually feel. Yeah. We exist in a country that we love. We love Nigerians. Yeah. We think we're actually the greatest thing since sliced bread.
100%.
You can't come for one of us because it means you have trouble 100%. For you. Everybody's going to be on you like white on rice. Yeah. But living in Nigeria is challenging.
It is very challenging.
Living in Nigeria can often, I see so many young people, myself included.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if I can even use young again. You know, I was telling somebody, I was like, my wisdom has started coming through.
No.
You don't see the wisdom,
Forever young.
You know, and I'm excited to be aging, but in Nigeria, a friend of mine calls it, we have a lot of low quality problems.
Yeah.
How can I wake up in the morning and I'm still trying to figure out, is there lights to bath?
Gosh.
Is the water clean? And this is what's causing the Japa wave, so to speak, where
100%.
people are like, do you know what, let me pack my bags.
Yeah.
Let me look for greener pastures. And it's really sad, but there's also the other side of the story of, okay, what faces you, or what do you face when you leave?
When you leave, yeah.
What is that transition period?
Yeah.
And you won't know but you are back.
Yeah.
You know, you haven't fully left the shores. So
Yeah.
have all of these been conscious decisions? Is there a part of you that's sort of been seeing, okay, how is the tide moving? What's the best way to sort of straddle it? What's that honest conversation like?
Yeah. So for me, I mean, this might be a little long one because I want to touch on different things.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, firstly, Nigeria and Lagos in particular is like my main source of inspiration. You know what I mean? I can't go like a year without coming to Lagos.
So,
Do you get what I mean? I need to come back to like the source of my power.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So coming to Lagos is a given. I have to come back as often as I can, 100%. But in terms of like transitioning, there's different things. I mean, number one, it depends on what you want to do, you know, and how you want to live your life, you know. Which stress do you prefer? You know, yesterday I had a recording session somewhere and we were recording, and while I was recording, I had a big panic attack because I was like, oh my God, what if they take lights? Do you get what I mean? Thankfully they didn't, but that's a real concern. Do you get what I mean? So do you want to be in a place where all your basic necessities are met in terms of you have 24 hours lights, you have a transport system that works, you don't even like need a car, you have just basic things work. Like you can go into a place and let's say for example, you want to get like your driver's license, or you want to get like a bank account, or you want to register for something. You know, all the things that stress us here. You can go into the office, pick a number, and sit down, and you can be sure that sometimes they even write like the wait times, and it's to the T. Do you get what I mean? But here, it's chaos. It's chaotic. You have to go wait. Even if I was telling someone that like you can't just walk into an office here and just like in terms of like government offices, like maybe to get passports or something. Okay, let me say passport. Now I hear things have changed, but you can't just go to the passport office without knowing anybody or without trying to cut any corners, like trying to just go on the straight path to get your passport. You have to go. If you do that, you'll be waiting forever. You have to go and try and be like, oh, who can help me? Who can do this? And I feel like, I mean, not to overflog the matter, I feel like for me, having all my basic necessities met, knowing that if I do something, it will work this way, knowing that I know the end results even before I start the process, I'm kind of like more at peace with that. Knowing that if I come out of my house and I'm going somewhere, I'm going to get there in a certain number of minutes. Do you get what I mean? I came out of my house today and on the map, it said 20 minutes, but it took me like 40 minutes to get here. You know what I mean? And it's just like little, small things. Yeah. Like even before I drove out of the estates, there was something, one thing or the other. You know what I mean? And for me, those are the things that kind of like frustrate me, but that's aside. Still talking about transitioning, for some people, it's like they find it kind of hard to get jobs. It's not quite easy, like in terms of like saying, okay, I want to pack my bags and leave and just find another job, because it depends on where you are. You probably need experience from that country. You know what I mean? Before you need to have experience before some employers would employ you, so whatever you have here doesn't count over there. So it's hard for some people to kind of like
to make that transition,
adjust. You have to be like more creative with trying to figure it out. So it's not easy, and it just goes to show my point that like it depends. Do you want to be fighting with Agberos on the road, or do you want to just take your time and look for a job? Do you get what I mean? So
that's an important question, because I think some people prefer fighting with Agbero. Because
it's like, what stress do you like?
The next thing I was going to ask is also, what do you notice for other people who have also made that transition, who've made that move into other countries, and people who decide to move back? Do you think that adjustment period? Okay, let me tell people a small story.
Okay.
Whenever I travel to places, and there was a time I was shooting a travel show for Ndani called The New Africa, different cities. I just wanted to see what young people did, and I wanted to show everyone, like, oh, this is what young Africans do. This is before it was cool to travel the continent, so to speak. And I noticed that when I would travel to certain places, when you tell people you're Nigerian, when you meet other Nigerians who don't realize you're Nigerian, when you say you're Nigerian, there are two reactions. There's, my sister, okay. Where are you people staying? What do you want? Do you have food? Let me show you. Because you're such a warm.
100%. Yeah.
Then there's also the reaction of, and everyone will just lock up quietly. And I find initially I didn't really get it, but I realized that it's because they basically don't want you to come and stay in their whites. They don't know which brand of Nigerian.
Gosh.
So the inadvertent question I'm asking is, do you also find that there are people who truly, when they relocate, they have no intention of following any rules? We are so used to, or maybe it's not even the intention, or maybe people are just so used to the chaotic way that you have to, there's a corner to cut somewhere, that they get there, and when you are trying to cut corner and the corner is not agreeing to be cut, but this place is nonsense, we can't survive here.
100%. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. And like for me, it's like I'm on the other side of like, bro, there's a system here that works. Why don't you just follow the system? Do you get what I mean? If you follow it, like, give it some time, you get it. Like, why do you want to cut corners? Do you get what I mean? And give us a bad name. Do you get what I mean? So, yeah. And there's also another issue of, like, help. Here in Nigeria, we're spoiled. And you wake up in the morning, someone has made your breakfast, someone has made your bed, they've done your laundry. To shine your shoe, and all that. Exactly. So,
there's always at every economic level of life in Nigeria, you have assistance.
So, and that's one thing that you can't like afford 100%, except if you're like, I don't know.
It's a lifestyle adjustment, because what we consider normal things here, you have sometimes a cook that will come, even if it's once in a while, a driver sometimes, or you have a guy that drives you around. That is considered luxurious lifestyle elsewhere. And that also is like a mental adjustment for a lot of Nigerians. 100%.
100%. Because like sometimes I'm just like vacuuming and I'm like, wait, why am I doing this?
All these labels.
I have to do what I have to do, right? So it's it's crazy.
Okay. So then moving back, sort of like looking at your work and sort of living, and now we're also in a time where, the term Afrobeats has taken over, regardless of what type of Nigerian music. Because let's be honest, Afrobeats, I feel, is just another word for Nigerian music.
100%.
Of whichever genre it actually is.
It is Nigerian music, because Afrobeats is actually, you can't say Afrobeats is a genre. And like, some people are singing R&B, some people are rapping, some people are doing pop music. Do you get what I mean? So why is everything called Afrobeats? I don't get it. But I guess that's another conversation.
Where is the center of that currently
What do you mean?
in the world? Like, because we have exported some of the biggest Nigerian musicians who are now some of the biggest global stars
100%.
in the world. Where would you say the center of Afrobeats in 2026 is? Is it London? Is it New York? Is it
It's
America?
Nigeria, it's Lagos.
It will always be
Yeah.
Lagos specifically. I also think
100%.
so. I was just curious. Like,
There are a lot of people who kind of like feel the way I feel in terms of like always coming back home. There are a lot of people who don't live here anymore. Like some of the big names like Wiz, Arasta, I heard even Thames. Do you get what I mean? But even like Adekunle Gold, I think, but like they feel the need to always come back. And that's because this is the center. This is where it's at. This is the heartbeats of what it is. Yeah.
But then every time I've always felt as well, right, that as much as this is the heartbeat, it's like the holy land for Nigerians, for Africans. We pilgrimage here.
Yeah.
You know, those of us living at home, sometimes we don't recognize what it is that we have.
100%.
We are privileged.
Yeah.
And ignorant to our privilege. And I say this because, again, as an international DJ, do you find, I'm pretty sure, and I want you to expand on this, and how you try to incorporate a local sound, that feeling of home for your audiences internationally.
Yeah.
And what that craving is like. Because I feel like our diaspora has such a huge appetite for every and anything coming out of Nigeria.
Yes, you're right. So, I mean, there are two ways to look at it. You know, I went somewhere and I played a completely proper Afrobeat set. And, I mean, people were coming to meet me and like, yo, what is this? This is crazy. I love this. But other people were like, change the music. We don't like this music. We don't know this music. You know what I mean? But when I was booked for the events, the guy said, play Afrobeats. Other DJs are going to play other things.
Yeah.
So play Afrobeats. We want them to experience Afrobeats on King Street, you know? And I was like, I love this idea. You know what I mean? So some people took it, some people didn't. But what I'm trying to do now more of, and that is what Idunu Sound Sessions is kind of incorporate the Afrobeats into a way that is like easier to swallow. So I'm having like different remixes of the records, and people are like, oh, what is this record? What is it? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, it's Afrobeats. It's by this artist called blah, blah, blah. And this is what it originally sounds like. And they're like, oh, this is dope. You know what I mean? So even though Afrobeats is like globally accepted and it's growing and it's become this, it's spread like wildfire, I feel like we still have a lot of work to do in terms of making it like a proper global sound.
What would make it a proper global sound more so than it currently is?
Nothing different, really. I just feel like we just need to spread more of the gospel. That's just what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I'm with it. Spreading more of the gospel, because I also noticed that when you come to Nigeria, how do your sets change? Do they evolve? Because it's the same but different.
Yes, it's actually, my sense has actually really like evolved. Like the way I play is very different from the way I used to play, and it's not an intentional switch. It's just, for me, it's just like growth. I played a set on New Year's Day at some club, and even at some point I played some of the songs that the other DJs had played or were playing, like of course, like all the hits like Shaka Bulizi and all that.
Yeah.
And someone came to me and said, look, like there's something like different about the sets. It's like it's like an experience. You're hearing the same thing, but in a very different way. And it's like different from what everybody else has been doing. You know what I mean? And you know what? To be honest, I don't even know what to say or how to explain what that difference is.
Yeah.
But it's just different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel for me, it's more of an experience than just like listening to music or just like mixing one song with the other.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll let you guys know that personally, whenever I hear that Lambo is playing somewhere, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll have a good time. And I've seen it. I was, the last that I saw you play at was 2025, December. I was with my cousin Bodam. It was at the Music City. And this was a space that wasn't particularly filled up. You know, a lot of things had gone wrong with this production. No, I'm serious. You know, it's one of those times you go outside, you're like, well, I'm outside now. You know,
let's just make it happen.
And yes, and I know that a lot of the crowd had already gone to sit down before you got, and then you got on the stage, and two things happened. One, I noticed that the set you were playing was different to what I thought you were going to play. I think the year before that, the last time I'd heard you play live, I know that a lot of house music was very present, and I think for a couple of years you were very much in, you know, a house mix kind of space.
Yeah.
So in my brain, that was what was gonna happen. That was not what happened, but it was a vibe, and it was so cool to see. And you're like, this is the power of a DJ that is about the experience that they want you to have. Yeah. Because I saw the people there coming forward. I saw them by the time you were done. They were like, all right, cool. Even me too. I was like, okay, the show has finished. I don't know who else is coming to perform. Me, at least I've heard good music. I danced a bit. And it's so curious. Like, are you... It's a random aside question, but are you like certain of what it is you're going to play before you get on the stage, or do you have like the draft outline and then you kind of take the temperature? And do you also feel, I know it's a lot of questions, but you also feel like DJing really requires that skill to be able to feel what the people are feeling and to be able to tune their emotions?
Exactly. I think for me that's like the most important thing. You need to like know how to read the room. You know, sometimes I have a set planned out, like song after song after song. Like I'm gonna go with that strictly, you know. But other times I kind of have a playlist where I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna play around with these songs and see how the crowd accepts it. Sometimes I have that playlist in my head, but when I get to the venue, I'm just like, that's not gonna work. So in my head, I just like map out something else. Do you get what I mean? And I just kind of take it from there. You know, so it really depends on where I'm going and what I'm doing. Like a lot of the time, if I play at like festivals and stuff, I know that the people who are there are just hungry for music. So whatever I give them depends on how I give it to them. They're gonna take it. So that in those cases, I plan like properly. Like I plan for days, like working on the different aspects of the set.
So I'm gonna just you guys now. You know, I like.
Did that answer all your questions?
I mean,
though?
more or less, because now I mean it's still in this space, right? Because I've been Lambo and I have had a friendship that I think is a very interesting one, because when we first met, we met many years ago at the Salt and Pepper concert.
We've come a long way, man. We've come a long way.
Lifetimes ago. But, and so we've had many interesting moments together. One moment that sticks out in my mind is I went to a concert, and I'm not going to say whose concert it was that we were at, and the crowd was about to turn extremely violent. I've never been in a place before where I've been so scared that there's a riot that's about to occur. Lambo was trying to DJ under missiles being launched. Missiles were being thrown at the stage. I've never seen an NSC bottle flying in the air before. Did I tell you that day that I literally sat in the back because I was backstage and I was planning my exit route for when the crowd broke through.
We ended up leaving, remember?
Left. I know we left. How can I forget? My life was in danger. My life. Because I said, see, These superstars that's about to climb the stage, their security is going to protect them. Me, the crowd will hold me. That usually you are amongst the friends, you are in the back. I said, I don't know anybody. And I remember thinking, I can't even run towards the exit because that's where the crowd is going to be, because it was one way in, one way out. So I was like, oh, I'm going to have to run into this space and hide and wait. No. Have you ever been in that kind of situation? Where your life begins to flash.
Is wild.
Yes. I planned my exit. I planned what was going to happen when the barriers went down. I was telling my other friend who was with me, I was like, yo, bro, we can't run for the exits because we're not going to get out. We're not. And so I wonder, like, when you were on that stage, how do you deal with that kind of situation? Have you ever had that kind of situation before where a crowd is violent / borderline violent, where you're trying to play to keep them entertained, to like how did you feel in that moment? Like,
so for me, that situation is like the most violent. But you know, sometimes like when there's a mob, like it's not violent, but it has it's a very close. It's a very thin line. And for me, I've been in like so many of those situations. There was even one where I was literally carried off the stage. Someone was carrying me, as big as I am. Someone was carrying me, someone was folding my laptop, somebody was like, we moved. As soon as we got on the ground, we literally ran into the car.
Bruh.
Yeah. So it's like different situations. This was somewhere like deep in the mainland, man. It was like very far. I don't remember where, but it was very far. Like, you know, like on the border of Lagos and Ibadan or somewhere like that. It was one of all those like Lagos street carnivals.
Wow.
You know what? I really enjoy playing those gigs.
Yeah.
Because those people there are no airs around them. There's nothing. They just want to have fun. They're dancing like violently, you know, those dances. Like, I love to see it, you know. So I was actually having a good time. I was playing. I didn't even know what was happening. Two big guys just came and carried me. One other guy closed the lights and said, Lambo, we have to move. Apparently a fight was breaking out.
Hey.
And you know how those fights are. Like, they're throwing bottles. It's crazy. Carnival over. So yeah, I've had things like that. And there was even one time, this was when I still used to DJ with MI. Now I'm just telling stories. But
don't worry, that's what this is. Like, I tell the stories while listening.
When I still used to DJ with MI, we went to Kaduna, and this was like one of those stadium shows. So there were like a lot of people, you know, and there were a lot of like celebrities come perform and stuff. It was crazy to leave that place. We got there, we performed. You know how like when you're... And you know the thing about Nigeria is that the barricades are very like porous. Like the security is not that tight, you know. The stage going is shaking a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Things are getting better, but like in this one, this kiddie, the stage was shaking. You know, the stage was like in the middle. You know, some people are on this side, some people are on that side. There are like 10,000 people on the stage. Anyway, we come down. We eventually get into the car, but the car couldn't move. There were people around the car. Like, the car was shaking. The car was literally shaking. The car was literally shaking. Like so a truck of like soldiers came and were like firing shots in the air to just kind of like clear the place a little bit. And that's when we now moved. But you know what? I hate those types of things because like anything can happen. Do you get what I mean? So it's crazy. I mean, it's an experience, but it's wild. Yeah. It's wild.
It's a reality. I've also experienced that one time also with MI. But it was MI, it was Jesse, it was Ice Prince, and it was Joss. I've never seen a crowd that frenzied.
I think I was in that show as well.
Bruh.
I think I was at that show as well. It wasn't just three of them, though. There were a few other people.
The tour.
Oh
no,
I wasn't in this one, but I have another story.
So it was like kind of like a reunion in Joss.
Crazy.
I've never seen people that frenzied before.
Crazy.
I just had to start begging them that please don't push down the barriers. Please don't. Like the same thing. Barrier shaking. The stage. I was on the side of the stage like this, like, yo, my papa no say I come just. I'm going to explain myself. No, really. And I remember the security guy there, and he wasn't even like real security, but he was one of the guys.
Yeah.
And he just looked at me, goes, "You, when I say move, you move." I say less, fam. Because if they leave me, no, that
happened
was
to me
intense.
in Ghana actually one time as well. It was me, Luce, and we went to this university. We had a university show. So when we were done performing, we were leaving, but then a huge crowd was coming. So we were running, but obviously I couldn't run quite as fast. M was already in front, almost at the car. Luce was like few steps in front of me. I was like, Luce, don't leave me. Luce was like, yo. So Luce came behind me, and then just kind of like protected me, because even all the bouncers and so-called security, they were already in front. They were like,
whoa,
bro, if I didn't scream for Luce,
whoa,
I don't even know what
you
would
have
have
been
happened
swallowed
that
up
night.
by the crowd.
So Luce felt like the man that day. I was like, Lambo, I had to go and protect Lambo.
No,
crazy.
No. It be things.
I have stories for days, man. Even like more recent stories, like working with Burner and stuff, like being on tour.
So that's the thing. Now, what's tour life like? I mean, there's the idea of what you thought tour life would be, and there's the reality of what it does mean to be working at that kind of level, because you're doing stadiums.
Yeah.
That's I mean,
it's crazy.
Talk to me, bruh.
So I mean, where do I begin? Speaking of stadiums, I mean, last year in February or so,
Before
I
you
don't
tell me
remember.
the story, let me just clarify. So you are the official DJ
Yeah.
for
Spaceship, Burner Boy.
Burner.
Yeah, but it's two of us though.
Okay.
But we're both like
There's you and,
Spaceship Billy.
of course, Spaceship Billy.
Yeah.
There you go. No, just make sure. In case people don't know. Because the thing is, when you are OG before IG, sometimes people are like, who is that? Exactly. Okay.
Yeah, so we're touring with Burner, but Burner always like performs with a band.
Yes.
So when we're touring, Billy and I open to just like warm up the crowd. When he has like small gigs, like a little club appearance here and there, he goes with either Billy or I, whoever is available. So yeah, that's our job description.
Love it. That's all right.
And obviously, like we do like the spaceship parties, spaceship events, like we're a little family.
I will say that it is very cute watching some of the behind the scenes of like the family unit of the spaceship. But what is the tour life like for you?
So I mean, for me, like I'm not a newbie. Like I've toured Nigeria.
Yes.
Like back in the day.
You've been doing it.
Touring Nigeria is even like much tougher, like in terms of like bad roads, like because there's some places that we went to that don't have airports, so we literally have to fly to maybe like another city that's like 3 to 4 hours away, and then we'll drive there. And sometimes we go to places where you can't even stay in those hotels because it's oh my god, there was one hotel we went to, we didn't even stay in the room, we just stayed in the lounge just until morning and then we left. Yeah, there are some hotels where they'll bring you a bucket of water, ask you if you want hot water, you have to book it from the night before. Oh, so they'll bring you buckets of hot water.
Okay, you guys book your bucket of water.
And sometimes you have to like travel at night. So like the point I'm trying to make with that is that I've seen like a very bad side of touring. I don't want to say bad, but it's also an experience. But I've seen like very bad circumstances, you know. So for me, when I started touring with Burner, I wouldn't say I was expecting the worst, but my mind was already like ready in terms of let's go, let's do this. And when we first started touring in like 2022, I think, or like 21, we were flying, you know, to the cities. But from we started in 2022 for sure. But from 2024, I think, or 23 ending, we started using a tour bus. So those are two entirely different things.
Okay.
For the part where we're flying, there's so many things. There's like delays. There's a lot of like waiting around. There's early flights. There's times when it's straight from the show, we're going to the airport to go and wait. Like there's so much waiting involved and just being tired and just like stuck in your seat for hours. You know what I mean? So that's that for flying while touring. But for driving while touring, it's a whole different experience because there are long rides, just like 20 hours, 22 hours just on the road. But it's a very nice setup. There's like a little kitchenette, there's a toilet, shower, there's bunks, there's lounges, there's TVs, there's PS, there's internet. You know, it's nice. But you're stuck on the bus with like your busmates. You know what I mean? Now we have like rules to guide us and help, like be your brother's keeper, etc,
making no cause fights.
Making no cause fight. But obviously, so for me, like starting to be on the tour bus, I was thinking like, being stuck with all these people, like how is it going to be? Like, are there going to be fights? Because I was on the girls' bus, so I was like, are there going to be fights? Is everybody going to get along? Are there any underlying issues? What are we going to do? You know? But it was a really amazing bonding experience for all of us.
I love that.
Like,
for the girly parts.
Bro, we were having parties on the bus, karaoke, like we were drinking. You know what I mean? Like, it's a vibe. It's a big vibe. And whenever there were issues, it was like issues that were like easily resolved. Do you get what I mean? Like everything was, it's a great experience. But touring is very tough in terms of this last tour particularly. Just, it took a lot from all of us. Like just being, because it was a long one, back to back to back. The previous one was 2 legs. There was the first leg, and then the second leg was like a month and a half later. So we could go and rest, do your thing, and then come back on tour. But this one was just like back to back to back to back, all completely like almost 2 months on the road.
That's tough.
Yeah, very tough. And I don't know if you know, but we had some big hits while we were on tour this time. And so it kind of like almost affected our morale.
I was just gonna ask,
know what I mean?
Because
and when we first started talking, I said like, just close your ears to the noise. But anyway, reading all those things, seeing all those things kind of like affected a lot of people, you know, and it just kind of like took a lot of strength to just keep pushing. Also, we were seeing like the reality of things, and we're seeing like, people are here. This thing is happening. Like, do you get what I mean? So we need to keep pushing and we need to keep going. So, yeah.
No, that's interesting. And thank you for sharing that. No, for real. I know for anybody else, but for me, this is like an education. Because like you said, there's what you think you know. Yeah. And then there's the reality that somebody is living. Yeah. And I have seen it over and over again that people who are not just because there's having a gift, there's being talented, but there's being skilled. But there's the level, the work ethic, to be very honest, that the entire team exhibits, and that Burner exhibits is... You
don't want to know.
I told you I went to... The only time I think I've seen Burner internationally was at Afro Nation Miami. Okay. And it was... I felt such a sense of overwhelming pride. Because you've seen this person's beginning. You saw the path, and he's remained consistent.
And you have been there from the beginning, so you've seen it.
And he's remained very consistent. But I think what bothers Nigerians is we like our people to do well. We're like, you are not humble. We need you to exhibit a level of you. You know it, and it's an odd thing to see. And for someone who is very sure of his own convictions. and who has matured a lot. Again, I've seen a very reckless stage individual and very happy to see like a certain level of growth. But he remains an extremely confident individual.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the most taxing things.
But for me, it's like, what do Nigerians really want at the end of the day?
Don't know.
Do you want someone to just come and pretend and act like, and just like ask kids, or do you just want like someone who is sure of himself? Like he said it. But
what do you think? Do you not think that we want people who pretend?
It's hypocrisy, bro.
Let me ask you my next question.
It's hypocrisy, man. Like
I've not even done
me.
anything.
I'd rather experience a real person than experience somebody who is, because I want to know how to deal with you. I don't want someone who comes and is like, oh, okay, yes, okay, it is. But meanwhile, it's a no. Do you get what I mean? Like, come on, man. Just be yourself.
Be yourself.
And that's very important when you've achieved that level of success. You need to remain true to who you are.
Would you say that even to get to that level of success, you need to remain true to who you are?
100%.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that can guarantee longevity. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're someone else, it won't last.
I hear that. No, I hear that. In the context of that, because I know, like, literally, me and you, I can talk to you for quite a while. But let me also try and make sure that I'm keeping this on point. I also want to sort of ask, because you're touring, you're traveling, you're living, you're living a truly international existence. You're crossing borders, all of this stuff. But since the beginning of 2026, and I know that at the time you guys are watching this will now be like the end of January or possibly into February at the time, but we're recording this in January. A lot of things have already happened this January on a global level.
Yes.
We're seeing travel restrictions in a way that we've never quite seen before. And I wonder, as someone who does live and work internationally, I mean, we're seeing people's presidents be kidnapped.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? Like, as you're watching some of these global events?
It's really scary because now my work visa expires because I still use a Nigerian passport. And my work visa to the US expires in, I think, June or July or something like that. And so it's scary for me because I actually have to start the process of renewing it. But I'm also kind of scared because I'm wondering, like, do these restrictions affect people who are working, or does it, like, what does it entail? What does it mean, for me personally? Do you get what I mean? For now, I have no issues because I have not had to go and try and submit my passport or anything. So I don't know what I'm going to face in the near future, but it's a scary thought. You know what I mean? I just hope that whatever is going on, because I mean, even apart from me, I think I'm being selfish by saying I don't know what it means for me personally, but like for every like Nigerian, like it's a bit scary, and I hope that things change, because even apart from people who work, there are people who have like family that they want to see, people who have like been newly engaged or newly married, and they want to be. I know a couple who it's been like 2 years and they haven't been able to. They're always meeting in one place or the other, but they can't like actually live together. So it's actually sad to see, and I just hope that whatever it is, we can sort it out as soon as possible.
It is a scary time, I think, for a lot of people. It's an uncertain time for a lot of people.
It's the uncertainty, man. It's crazy.
There's the uncertainty. And when it comes to families, that is heartbreaking. Their parents and kids who are separated, their husbands and wives. And I mean, also sorry to the people that thought they can do fast passports. Quick marriage for paper.
No. And so for me, like, those are the things, like what we were saying earlier. Like, I'm just like, bro, like, come on, man. It's not that deep. There are places where you can go to, where you can legally apply to be resident at. You can legally apply and you can move there if you want to leave Nigeria so bad. Why do you have to cut corners and try and do this and do that? Apply, do research. Like, don't be lazy. Do research. There are places and countries that are begging for immigrants.
Yeah.
Look for those things and apply and do it like
Yeah.
the straight and narrow path. I know that I'm being in those places confidently. I know that, okay, yes, I'm here legally. I
Yeah.
can do whatever I want. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There are people who can't like apply for proper jobs
Yeah.
because they don't have papers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can't even travel to go see. They can't leave because if they leave, coming back is going to be
It's a
an
wrap.
issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So why do you want to live a life like that, man?
Yeah.
It's just messing it up for everybody else.
To be fair, we're not the only ones that do it. Today I discovered a term, Dominican Republic. They sanky panky. That's what the men are called.
Really?
Bruh, yeah, because I saw a thing on TikTok just randomly. Like I've become a TikTok like, follower. And this girl comes up, and she's all loved up and blah blah. And I just open the comments because now I don't even just watch videos. I'm like, the comments is where the gist is really at. And they're like, I know a sanky panky when I see what. And it's these men. They're basically gigolos, and they just they just hunt down American women. And they're like, yeah, I'm in love with you. And what? Yeah, for paper. So like a lot of people do. There are a lot of people that just don't want to walk. Because to be honest with you guys,
It's laziness.
if I don't have to walk, why would I? You know?
Yeah, if I don't have to work, why would I? But I also don't want to be dependent on anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
I don't
crazy.
want to. What kind of life is that? You know? I want to have my own money and know that I'm chilling. I want to know that, okay, my businesses or whatever are bringing in money for me as I'm sleeping or living my life. I want to be on an island somewhere just chilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of not working I want to do.
Yes, that is it. That's the ideal.
Yeah.
So 2025 wrapped up. There were different storms that people had to navigate.
Yeah.
I wonder, looking ahead of this year, 2026, what do you think are some of the bigger storms that African creatives might need to navigate? And for you, how do you feel like you're preparing to go through this year and to make it through this year as successfully as possible? And I'm talking not just work-wise, but personally, mentally. There's so many things. Yeah.
Because of the way the world is changing and the world is like evolving, there are a lot of things that you have to do now outside your comfort zone as part of your career. You know what I mean? You have to push in a different way, especially when you don't have like a big machine behind you or you don't have like millions of dollars behind you. You have to just kind of push any way possible. You know what I mean? So that includes a lot of work, and that includes coming out of your shell and coming out of your comfort zone and just putting yourself out there. You know what I mean? As the world is evolving, the way that things are being done, things are just being done differently. You know what I mean? So I think for 2026, me personally, I'm trying to get to a place where I'm more comfortable doing those things so I can get to the next level.
What are some of those things?
Content creation.
Welcome.
Oh my
It is a
God.
thing. I
Jesus.
do think 2026, we're seeing everybody really trying to dig in to creating content and finding their own audience and their own niche.
I mean, content creation is like, obviously, is very like multifaceted. It's like there's a lot of different things you can do. So I'm not talking about, hey guys, look what came in the mail. No. I'm just
You're
like,
not gonna do.
I'm just like, I need to put myself out there a little bit more because there's so much I'm doing that the world doesn't really know.
No.
And I feel like I need to let them
Let
know
people
more.
know. Lambo's a really good cook. To be honest with you, by now people, let me just say something. If I'm friends with somebody, and Lambo's my friend, right? You notice that I have a habit. I tend to hunt down successful people or smart people. Like even in school. And I'm just telling you for free. So everyone who's my friend, they just know honestly. Like I find people who are smart, people that are doing good things. I'm like, okay, let me follow who know road. And I'll just hold you like this. I'm like, now you are my friend.
Yeah.
Now you don't have a choice. And a lot of my friends also can cook, so they feed me. And I'm so grateful for this gift because I'm FFO.
No,
I'm a friend
no,
for
no,
food.
no.
Maybe not only, but I'm definitely
You know what's
a friend
crazy is that I love cooking,
for food. Yeah.
and if I love you, I'm definitely gonna cook for you. So it's all my friends that eat my food. No, it's love.
No, for sure. I think that's why I eat some people's food. I cannot eat some of this food that is they are now angry while they are cooking. So the bitterness will enter my life and bitter the life. No, I like sweet things.
Oh my god.
So as I wrap up, I do want to thank you again for coming to join me, Lam.
Can I say something?
Please, yes, I need you to say something. I haven't
Okay, where you
really
gonna go
finished.
there? Okay, let me let you
Yes, but
finish.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just want to say on camera that how do I say this without it seem like I'm toasting you? But
I will accept the
listen, you are one person that I really admire. You've been doing this for a very long time, and you've been doing so many different things all at the same time. Like, Folu is at the gym, at the office, practicing law. I don't know if you guys know that she's a lawyer that practices on the side. She's an actor. She has a podcast. She's a voiceover artist. Like, you're doing so many things. And like, another thing that is really admirable about you is how, should I say disciplined, or how like steadfast you are in your convictions. It's like, oh, let's go to the beach. Let's do this. We're at the beach. We're sleeping over. We're not doing anything. But Foley's like, no, I'm taking 3 days off alcohol. I'm not drinking. And really, nothing is going to make her drink on that trip. Nothing at all. You know what I mean? She's like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. I can't eat anything now. I'm done. Like, or you're like, oh, Foley, let's go have lunch. She's like, oh, no, I'm fasting. Like, it's really, really admirable to see how you put your mind to something and you do it. And like over the years, like I've watched how you've grown from so many things. Like it's been years and you've done so much, and it's just like, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Look at me. This is such an exercise in receiving flowers. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate that you said that.
Yeah. You're
did you actually
killing
have
it.
any questions for me or any comments?
Not really. My
That's
comments
fine.
is that I wanted you to know how amazing you are.
Thank you.
And you look so good.
I did the makeups myself, guys. I'm showing up even better in 2026.
Yeah. And
Thank
the hair,
you.
like Folu was one of the people that inspired me to lock my hair.
Yeah.
And she took out her locks, but even like the hair is your natural hair, Abby?
Yes.
Can I ask that on camera? It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's really amazing. You look really
Thank
good.
you. I think my final question for you is just your personal hopes and wishes for this year, and any last words for people who are watching who maybe not even necessarily want to emulate your steps, but are just sort of happy to have heard some of the things you have to say. Like, any bits of advice would you just throw out in the world?
My hopes for 2026 is, let me just put it out there. I want to do more festivals. Like, I want to do more big things, like on big stages, Someone asked me like a few years ago, like, where do you see yourself in the future? And I'm like, oh, performing at stadiums. So, and more recently, someone asked me again, now that you've done that, how do you feel?
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel good, but I also like, there's still like a lot more, I want to win a Grammy. I want to see my name on a private jet waiting for me in one country to be done performing and flying to the next country immediately to go straight to the stage. You know what I mean? Like, I want to, like, there's still so much more that I can do. And I want to get to a point where it's a clear picture on my way there, and world domination, like I said. So
World domination.
Those are my hopes and dreams for 2026. And in terms of like advice, or the only thing that I can say that has been tested and tried is be yourself and keep pushing. Like, just stay consistent. Just keep pushing. Like, someone said one time, I think it was Omaumi, she said, and I always say this a lot, she said, no be stone, na beans. One day, it go cook. So just keep at it. Just keep at it. One day, like, just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and one day you look back and realize you've climbed a mountain. Like, just keep at it. And just stay true to yourself. Those are the two things.
I love that. No be stone na beans. Because one day beans go down.
It go down, my brother. It might take a
last.
while, but you're going to get there.
It go down. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed this conversation so much. I didn't even want it to end.
Me
but
too.
Hey.
Thank you. This has been another episode of the StormCast. We are recording this episode at the Creative Economy Practice by CC Hub. Big shout out to them for letting us use their space. If you want to find out more, there will be a link in the comments, so you can go over to the link and click so you can find out about how you can get access to this kind of space. Big shout out to Akaso for production design, because they always get my space looking cute. Big shout out to Rixel Productions, who are my production partner in this. Thank you so much for making this happen. And of course, our equipment partners as well, Canon. We love you guys. Don't forget, the StormCast will be out. I have to do this like quick little plug, so this is going to be a separate teaser, but that's okay. The StormCast will be out every Thursday going forward. That's what I'm going to be doing. So every Thursday it will be out, and you guys can go check it out. We're out on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, and of course on YouTube, where you can watch my gorgeous face. You're welcome. And go back and watch the rest of the episode. So until next time, bye-bye.